Hello YouTube, it's your reader for today, Quintarrius Shakir. I would like to let you all know, please go to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com and purchase a private psychic reading. You can use the code Secret Services to receive 15% off of your psychic readings for this month. In addition to that, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. Please, please, please share this video with someone in your spiritual family. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get right into this reading about Ciara. One of my viewers asked me to do a reading about Ciara because they wanted to know about her past relationships with Future and 50 Cent. So we're going to do a current reading on Ciara to get her overall spiritual vibration in her relationship right now and in her career. Okay. Okay. Specifically, Ciara right now is in a place of rest, relaxation, and leisure. I think that she may have had a child within the past 6 months. Maybe it's been more than that. But she's been resting. Not much focused on music. She has her eyes turned towards music right now. She's been watching TV. She's keeping up with some of the trends. And she's thinking about releasing another album. I see that she's very, very tempted to do so. But she's feeling as though she's feeling more compelled to be a wife and a mother right now. But the spirits wanted for her to go forward with new music. They wanted her to release more music. And I'm not exactly sure why they wanted to release more music, but she didn't do that. She instead decided to focus on the family and the children. Her challenge or obstacle right now is that she's reached a creative slump. And she is using the children, family responsibilities, kind of sort of as an excuse not to produce any music. And Ciara, if you ever listen to this video, I like to let you know that it is okay to just take out a napkin and write down some song lyrics. It is okay to pull out your voice recorder app and hum a little bit. Ciara doesn't spend enough time, sharpening her skills. Particularly the spirits want for Ciara to focus more on being a musician. She knows that she's not a singer. That's what I hear in my ears. She sees herself as a musician. Ciara is walking a very tight rope right now with her career. She could potentially fall into obscurity in the entertainment industry. She will always have a role to play on in TMZ, on the Shade Room, because her energy is very charismatic. People naturally are interested in her. They're not interested in her personal life. The spirits say that that she doesn't have the energy to attract people to being concerned about her personal life. She couldn't be on reality TV. But people are very interested in her talents and her abilities to woo the crowd, and the way that her voice sounds on these tracks for people. It's mesmerizing and it's alluring. And she was supposed to be focusing more on honing that craft, but instead she chose a different route. Now the outcome of this is that she's walking a very tight rope in terms of trying to play too many roles right now, and none of them are dealing with music. I'm hearing that she might have some fashion opportunities coming for her. She might, I'm seeing fashion roles, maybe a couple of acting roles here and there, but she's not. Her music, her singing and dancing is her bread and butter, and she's getting away from it right now. I think that she has a bittersweet relationship with her musical identity. I think that she's a little bit disassociated with it. And I think that being a wife and a mother is much more charming to her right now. There's a lot more love and instant gratification in that. So we're gonna do a reading about Ciara's relationship with Future. I want to know, how did they get together? Why worked they together? And why did they break up? Whoops. 7 is the favorite number. Okay. How did they encounter each other? Why were they together? Why did they break up? Ciara's reading is speaking about their encounter. Ciara at the time was coming out of a relationship that felt her trapped or tied up. I think that she may, because I was a Ciara fan back then, I think she may have been dating an athlete or an NBA player. It was kind of low key, and she had feelings. She had these feelings. The relationship prior to this did not fulfill her needs did not fulfill her emotional and sexual needs the way that she would have liked it to. This guy, he didn't have street edge to him, and that was boiling under for her. She encountered Future after a long fought battle in being in a relationship with someone. And so I'm saying that she encountered Future was not in a relationship at the time. Future was emotionally available. He had women around him, but when they encountered each other, I think it may have been the studio. That's what I'm hearing, is she may have met him in the music studio. Nevertheless, Ciara had feelings for Future for a while, and I think they had largely gone unaddressed for her. And in addition to that, she came forward with it and told him that she was interested. I don't think that Future thought that Ciara would want to be with someone like him because of her presentation, but he saw her as kind of like a princess at first. And why were they together? They were together for intellectual, creative reasons, communication reasons. There was communication issues between the two. They didn't communicate the same way. I think that Ciara communicates. What they're telling me is that Ciara communicates. Ciara's very cerebral. She thinks a lot, and she communicates intellectual feelings. She intellectualizes her feelings. They're also telling me that Future, on the other hand, is more emotional, but he's more reserved in expressing his emotions. He feels things. He doesn't spend a lot of time thinking about the relationship trajectories, where things are going. He goes with the flow. Ciara's much more analytical, and she analyzes her emotions and the emotions of someone else. They were together for the purpose of being soulmates with one another. Let's see. They were supposed to be cooperating with each other and bringing about great music, but the relationship ends, and this is messy. This is very messy, and I'll get into that in just a second. But Ciara entered into this relationship. She jumped from one. She was heartbroken. She moved. She was heartbroken. There was she got under Future to get over her past relationship. Future, and the cards are mainly speaking about Ciara's perspective. Can you say anything about Future? They were soulmates. Future was supposed to be there to teach her a lesson. That's just it. Future was her teacher. He taught her a lot about music. He taught her a lot about also cooperating with people. Because Ciara could work with many, many more artists if she weren't as prejudiced towards them. She feels that certain artists are going to working with certain artists are going to diminish her brand. And he was trying to teach her he was trying to essentially teach her that she could not be this Ciara's been trying to mimic Caucasian women, Caucasian female artists, and she's been trying to use their strategies to become successful. Future was trying to teach her that that was not the route to go. They were together for that spiritual purpose, and I think, oh, not even I think. Here's how the relationship ended, y'all. So the relationship ended. This is called the highest card of treachery. So there was something treacherous that was done. There was a karmic imbalance there, and it was on behalf of Future. Ciara reached the top of the mountain. As Ciara's career was succeeding, there was some space between them at some point. As Ciara's career started rising, he started investing more into career and started slacking off in their relationship, and he got really, really sneaky. And for a long time, I think that he was getting away with cheating because she wasn't able to catch him. Was she able to? No, Ciara knew about it. Ciara had known that he was cheating for a while. And with another woman that's creative. This woman's highly creative. Very, very creative, artistic field. She's not a musician. She's not an artist. But she does creative work. She might do hair. She might style people. She works with the aesthetic. She works with the body. But they had already been having miscommunication issues about Future sneaking out of the relationship. And what I mean is that there were points in time where he stopped responding to her text messages. And she wouldn't answer what was going on. Okay, so finally they broke up and they got back together. She accused him one time of cheating. They got back together. And then they got back together for a very, very short period of time. And the money wasn't worth it to Ciara anymore. She cared no more about this career success that she was having. And she dropped him. This is Future. He's older than her. Future has very wise energy. Future has a lot, and that's what they're telling me. Future has a lot of wisdom to give to the music industry. But he works better. He works better with people that he can have a non-sexual relationship with. He works a lot better with people that he can have a non-sexual relationship with. And I'm hearing he could produce more music for women if there weren't the stigma around, and I'm hearing that there's a stigma around him in the industry that he's kind of a player. And there are some women that still deal with him, but it gets around very, very quickly when a woman has dealt with Future. So he could work with more female artists if he could keep it in his pants, or at least resist temptation. But either way, that's how Ciara broke up. It was an infidelity there with the woman. Let's see. Whoops, this car bent. I'm bending cars already. Okay, so let's look at the interior details about the breakup. Again, Ciara, money, and she's trying to hold her position in the relationship because he was helping her to become more successful. She saw that. So there's no doubt about that. And here she is fighting wars. The other baby mamas are showing up. And other women. Ciara had conflict with one baby mama. Two of them teamed up against her, and one of them had deep feelings for him. Two of them teamed up. One of them had deep feelings, and there were other women that were approaching Ciara. Ciara, for a time, Ciara is territorial. Very, very, extremely territorial. She's extremely, extremely territorial. So she wasn't backing down from these women at all. If anything, she was shaking things up in their lives. No, not even probably. They're telling me that Future stopped donating as much money to them. Not paying child support, donating extra money. Like, we're talking about these women maybe get, I'm just making up a number, $5,000 a month in child support. Future, she's told him, no, you're not sending them any more money. The payments stop here. There was a point, and it got overwhelming for Ciara. She started to feel as though she was walking alone in the relationship. Too sexual. The relationship got too sexual. A lack of cooperation between the two. There is only cooperation with the music. High levels of degrees of miscommunication between them. The card of the highest treachery. Her psychic abilities started to be affected. Her spiritual power started to wane. And finally, everything came to the light about his sneaky behavior. Once it hit the media. Once that started to hit the media, it was too much for her. It all came to light. All this very much similar to the same cards. So they're not going to speak about that more. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let's talk about Ciara and 50 Cent. I want to know, how did Ciara and 50 Cent get together? Please schedule a reading by going to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. Please schedule a reading by going to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. Okay, so what I see coming for Ciara and 50 Cent at that time. 50 Cent was just coming out of a relationship that drained him of his finances. He invested a lot of money into whoever it was that he was dating. And I'm seeing him thinking more about his business. He started thinking much more seriously about entrepreneurship. There was a lot of dissatisfaction in his life. It's open, come in. There was a lot of dissatisfaction in his life surrounding his music career. So I'm also seeing here, Ciara in some ways motivated him. No, she didn't motivate him. Ciara kept him afloat while he was having a tough time figuring out his career trajectory. Ciara made him feel less trapped and tied up in his career and figuring out how to get to the money. They started the relationship. The relationship started off highly sexual. Wasn't much friendship there. But I'm seeing that Ciara was extremely attracted to 50 Cent's demeanor, his masculinity, his protectiveness, and his sexual prowess. 50 Cent worked long and hard on a new business ventures, actually. And this was prior to him thinking about moving into movies and TV shows. He was thinking largely about how he could submit himself into the music industry as a businessman, because his music had started, his musical identity began to fade into obscurity. And here's Ciara again, shaking things up for him. And I'm seeing Ciara having to walk away from the relationship because he spent too much time focusing on the business, but he, in the beginning, was never that interested in the relationship. Ciara was just kind of something to do in the middle, the in-between time. What was the quality of their relationship? What were some of the things that they fought about? What are some of the things they got along with? Okay, what did they fight about? Well, there we go. High degrees of miscommunication, extremely negative energy, lack of cooperation about work. They got along. about giving lots of sexual vigor, artistry. How did the spirits feel about the relationship? The spirits felt like someone was incredibly bullheaded. They were good together for the purpose of money. And Ciara was losing herself in the relationship. Let's get into this a little bit. Okay. So, Ciara and I'm going to have to bring out the board for this one. Ciara and 50 Cent. Ciara and 50 Cent got into, they argued a lot. And what did they, well, maybe I can just ask the cards. What did they argue about? Ciara felt alone all the time in the relationship because they cooperated well together when it came to music. And 50 Cent was always like, work on music. Let's do music. Let's do music. Let's do music. And Ciara was walking. She's always, I feel alone in the relationship. I just want you to be here. Baby, lay with me. I love you. And they went back and forth about Ciara feeling alone. It kept draining her. The EQ card. Again, all this communication issues. All these are communication issues. Ciara never felt heard by him. She never felt heard. Was 50 Cent listening? No. No, 50 Cent was listening. But the downfall was that Ciara thought that her enemy was 50 Cent and him not listening to her, but the enemy was him addressing her needs. He was saying to her, look, we can have sex, we can do we are in a relationship, but why won't you work on your music? Why won't you take this business deal? Why won't you do this? Why won't you do that? And Ciara was sensitive. Her feelings got hurt. But she's also very, very territorial of him. And so they got along very well when it came to their sexual vigor, their levels of gratitude. Ciara is incredibly giving, and contrary to what you all believe, or what not what you all believe, but what I have been led to believe is 50 Cent is very giving too. He's very generous. He's very generous. He's an asshole, but he's very generous. And he's not when he gives in a non-deceptive way. And they got along well when Ciara was open to hearing about her career or talking about her career or working on it. They got along very, very well. And then the spirit said that there was some bullishness, some bullheadedness, working two jobs. So once 50 Cent started to get whatever this new corporation or business off of the ground, he started departing from Ciara because the money was good. The money was so good. And the relationships that he was making with those people were just phenomenal. He was in 50 Cent was in a natural space of nirvana when his businesses started to grow. And he broke things off with Ciara. I don't think he told her things were over. I think that he was silent about it. That's what the cards are telling me. Yes, he was silent about it. Ciara found out extremely late. Ciara found out extremely late. She thought that they were on the same page, but when he called her, he said, girl, we're just friends. He friends on her. They caught her way off guard. And now Ciara's in her relationship, happily married to Russell Wilson. Just goes to show you it's not where you start. It's about where you end. I'm going to ask my spirit board a couple of questions. Does Ciara think she's a strong vocalist? It says Ciara thinks she has the voice of it says it says of a singer. So she thinks she can sing. It says Ciara wants to, it says, be a ballad singer at heart, but doesn't want to train enough for this to become reality, period. It says It says she feels incomplete when she doesn't dance, but tries to avoid this because she wants to be remembered for her sound. Period. Ciara wants to be remembered sonically first. She wants people to remember her for having a cute voice, rump shaking hits. Oh, do you remember her song? And I know that he... Okay, anyway. So, that's all to say I don't know why Ciara wants that for herself, but she fights largely against her intuition saying that, okay, girl, it's okay to be known for these dance moves, all right? And she's like, oh, I can sing. I'm a good singer. I'm a good singer. She doesn't focus. She doesn't. Her critics don't matter. She ignores the naysayers. And finally, I want to know: can Ciara resurrect her career success? What do the spirits have to say about her career success? Okay. Okay. And okay. Ciara's career success is not going to come back to her. Not for a long time in terms of the music. She doesn't give enough to it. And she doesn't spend enough time on the lyrical content. The thing with Ciara is that the music opportunity is going to return to her within some years. And things turned upside down for her once she started working with Future. Her bullheadedness, her stubbornness. Ciara was supposed to be working on two things at a time. So I'm thinking, it says Ciara should be working towards, it says, fashion industry and being singer. Period. So she was supposed to be doing both at the same time, but she's only doing one of them. I mean, I don't know what the repercussions or the consequences are going to be for that, but I just see she needs to be very careful of culture vultures that are around her. There are people that are around Ciara studying her failures, and they're going to there's going to be the next quote-unquote Ciara coming. There's going to be a couple of them. Archetypes of Ciara. And I think that's going to open, like when there are these archetypes of Ciara that high school sound, that Taisha Kelly or Tink sound or whatever, this is what the spirits are telling me. When that sound becomes mainstream again, or it's able to monetize itself, it will open up a door for Ciara to come back into the industry. Any other words about any other words of advice for Ciara about? It says she would be best. It says making music in her. It's a spare time. Period. It says will need, about. It says they're saying she's gonna need about 1 year. It says 4. It says spirit to bring music inspiration for music from within. Period. And I don't think Ciara's gonna, and this is being honest, from what the cards are telling me, I don't think Ciara is open to being intuitive. I think that she allows for people to bring her the songs, bring her the lyrics, bring her the music, bring her everything. So I'm not exactly seeing her being very proactive and doing what the spirit just told her to. I see her operating from her intelligence and being a wife and a mother and investing herself into her relationship. I don't really see much coming in the cards in terms of music. Her attention is not even there. All right, this has been my reading for Ciara. Please go to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com and purchase a private psychic reading with me. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video. Please share this video with someone in your spiritual family. That'd be great. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. I just wanna fly away. First class out of space.